Well, I'd like to welcome the man of the moment, Mr. Jesse McCartney.
What's happening, homie?
Good to see you, my friend.
You too, bro.
Now, last time we were hanging out was in Australia at that shopping centre.
Was that fun or what?
Oh, dude.
You're picking up on all the 15-year-olds. What's going on?
You were doing that, man. They were like getting hospitalised and like pulled out and everything, man. It was a good response, eh? You have a good time?
Yeah, man, of course.
Yeah.
I had no idea what to expect when I came over there. It was really a fun time.
Now, I want to take you back, way back, before the days you started singing, before even Oliver. Man, what was it that got you into performing arts?
Well, you know, I think part of the reason was I have a very musical family. My parents are very gifted as well. They taught me everything basically I know as far as music goes. That's how they met. They met in the theater. They were theater rats, man. They worked for the Rockettes on Broadway. You know, they were both stage managers for the Rockettes, which is a big Broadway show in New York. I mean, it's like one of the biggest, one of the most, it's very traditional and just a cool place to be. And so, once I came along, I watched them and they had their own little group that they an a cappella group that they'd sing with all the time just for fun. And growing up and watching them, and I really admired them and admired what they did. And once about the age of 7, Oliver came around the show in a nearby town, and they basically said, "Hey man, you want to do this? We heard you sing. We think you can do it. You want to check it out?" And I was scared at first, and I didn't really know what to do. I was very young and naive and had no idea what it was I was doing. But I just knew that I was just going to go up there and sing. If they liked it, cool. If not, then whatever. And I was just going to show them what I could do. That was it. As far as pleasing an audience or any of that, I had no idea what it would be like. But got up. Yeah, dude, Oliver, man, it's one of the best. And I got up there on stage at 7 and auditioned and booked the role.
Well, guys, stay with us because we're going to be checking out more of Jesse and some of his very fine music. Stay with us. Well, welcome back to our Jesse McCartney special here in the Bahamas. What a place to be, man.
Dude, look at this.
Look at this.
Palm trees. It was supposed to be crappy weather too, of course. Of all times to come, they're like, "Oh, by the way, the one weekend you're coming, it's supposed to be overcast and gloomy and
for real.
Check it out, man.
Absolutely beautiful. We've actually got some sharks swimming down here, man.
I know, don't fall over.
No
There's
way.
some hammerheads swimming around right behind us, actually.
Now, Summerland came round. Do you remember actually auditioning for Summerland?
I do, and I almost and I remember almost not auditioning for Summerland because I was so frustrated at that time with myself and with everything that was happening. I moved out to Los Angeles, or I didn't move out there, but I went out there for 2 weeks for pilot season, and basically pilot season means the shows that you go out and you audition for, and one of them hopefully gets picked up. But you have to audition first and see if you get to be a part of the project. And I went out for 2 weeks and I auditioned for almost 30 different shows.
Wow.
And I didn't hear from anybody. I think I got called back for 1 or 2 of the shows. But I didn't hear a thing for any of them. And the last audition, I was so frustrated because it was early in the morning and the audition wasn't until late at night. And I was like, let's just go home, let's book the flight. We don't need to stay here, I'm not booking anything. Let's leave. I told my mom, I said, "Mom, I want to leave. I'm done with this. I'm not doing this anymore. 30 auditions, I'm not booking one. This is ridiculous." So she says, "Jesse, just do it. It's the last audition." She goes, what's it going to hurt? She goes, "You have 1 more day in LA. You look at it that way. You have 1 more day in LA anyway." It's for a 16, 17-year-old dude, with blonde hair, surfer type. She said, "It's, as far as looks, it's your kind of role."
Totally.
So I said, "Fine, whatever." Went to the audition, and the audition was for Summerland. It was a very long process. I auditioned, and they had me stay another day, and then another day, and then another day, and eventually I was, auditioning in front of like 50 suits, in the audience. Yeah. And basically, then they said, we just need you to stay here for the pilot, and I haven't left since. I haven't gone.
No way. And
I haven't left since.
Have you cashed in on that return flight yet, or?
I've been back a couple times, but I haven't really. As far as living wise, I've been. I'm in LA now. Yeah, I'm based out there.
Now this is Sherry Kondor, part of Jesse's management team. Thank you so much for stopping by.
My pleasure. Thanks
Now,
for having me.
How long have you been working with the man for?
Well, I started working with him when he was 11 years old.
Wow.
And but we didn't really start working together on his solo career until about 2.5 years ago. And his mom came to me, Ginger McCartney came to me and said, I want to do like a solo project with Jesse, and because I had done some other things independent on an independent label, my own independent label, she thought that this would be a good place for Jesse to start. So we became partners, and we produced and recorded the first 7 songs, and the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
Now you're obviously trying for longevity. You think the man's got longevity in this industry?
I think so. I hope so. You know, to me, it's one of those things that I think Jesse has all the reasons to stay in the business, but some people stay and some people don't. I think Jesse's got it. You know, plus Jesse's got acting and singing, and you know, where the singing world is a little more fickle, I think he's still going to continue on with the acting, and that's going to pull him. And then when the singing, you know, it's good. Comes in waves, and I think it's going to go on forever.
Absolutely. Well, Sherry, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks.
On the album, you had the pleasure of working with some pretty handy songwriters, I understand, man.
I did.
These guys have worked with Hilary Duff, Destiny's Child, Ricky Martin, Kelly Clarkson. Was it quite a sort of safe experience being in the hands of such experts?
Yeah, safe, and also, I guess, I mean, it was just an honor, and it was kind of just, you know, like, I was in awe, just like sitting there with some of the, like, the biggest producers, you know, in pop culture, and you know, I sat and you know, this guy's name is Desmond Child, who's, I mean, he's one of the, you know, very few producers that has produced for, you know, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and Britney.
Yeah, right.
And it's just amazing, just a cool guy. And you know, with other guys too, I worked with Matthew Gerard, who's done all of Hilary's stuff, all of Kelly's stuff.
Wow.
You know, it's just cool being in that kind of environment, and knowing that, you know, you're working with really, really good, fine people that know their craft, you know?
Wow. In your career, you've had the pleasure of working with some pretty fine artists, and I believe the Neptunes have remixed She's No You, yeah?
Believe it or not. It's,
What a collaboration.
I don't even, like, I don't know what they were, like, who the hell is this Jesse McCartney kid trying to work with the Neptunes? They're like, I feel like I walked in there, I felt like I had to kiss these guys' feet.
Yeah.
All right, Chad, who does a lot of the behind the mic. I mean, he does behind the glass, all the production, all the crazy, the simplicity to every song that you hear is Chad. And Pharrell does a lot of it too, but Pharrell does a lot of the on-camera work and, you know, actual on-mic work.
Right.
But they're a team. And, dude, I walked in there and, you know, just the way this guy works, he's just so, you can tell, you know, he loves it so much. And knowing that, it's just so great. And I mean, I had such a great time, and I really hope that he'll work with me for my second album.
Well, guys, stay with us, because we still have a little bit more and a couple of funny questions I want to get the lowdown from Jesse from. Stay with us. Any tip for young actors coming up on the scene, man?
Any tip for young actors?
Like studying,
Well, I
auditions,
think, you know what?
agents?
Everyone can say, you know, get the most expensive agent, get the most, you know, renowned acting coach. You need to watch somebody. You know what I mean? You need to just study someone that is good and that you know is good, that's established. Just watch what they do. Just like watch and study people, just normal people, like walking down the street to this day, like in the airports 2 days ago. I saw this crazy man that he was literally insane. And he just had like all these mannerisms that you watch and that you pick up. And it's so good to watch. And just people everywhere around you. There's so many different things that you can get a hold of. The film that Dustin Hoffman did, Rain Man, okay? One of the greatest. He won the Academy Award for it. The role that he played was simply, he studied somebody. I mean, he studied a mentally challenged person for a year, I think it was.
Wow.
And it just shows. I mean, just the difference between an A actor and a B actor and an amateur and a professional just comes off through the film. So I think just studying, you know, people, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to come from a certain coach or a certain agent. It's just, you know, if you're passionate enough about it, you really will, you know, check. You really gotta study it.
Definitely. Well, dude, every time we have a guest or I interview a man, we do, no looking. We do a thing called a word association.
All right.
Now, the rules are I
right.
spit a word at you and straight away you got to tell me what you're thinking, all right?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Madonna.
Old.
Melbourne.
Amazing.
Tokyo.
Sushi.
Vegemite.
Disgusting.
Mousetraps.
Nail straps.
Mousetraps.
Oh, mouse traps. Nails. Where the hell did I look? Mouse traps. Dude, mouse traps.
President Bush.
President Bush. No comment.
Summerland.
Summerland. Hot babes.
Beyonce.
Big legs.
Beach.
Sanctuary.
Girlfriend.
Necessity.
Blonde hair.
Necessity.
Beautiful soul.
Very important.
Beautiful. Well, man.
Beautiful. Rock on, dude.
This single has been the one that broke in Australia. Thank you so much for joining.
Axel, I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the love in Australia, and I promise I'm coming back. Probably the coolest country I've ever been to, so thank you guys so much.
Wicked. Thanks, bro. Let's check out Beautiful Soul. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Have a beautiful day. See you later.